Testing, 1, 2, 3. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining.
Should have known at the end of summer, the innocence fades and the weak become stronger. Should have known at the end of summer I'd be lost without you.
The skyline looked like a stained glass window. The city sang such mad crescendo. 4 bare feet on a rain-soaked street.
Hello.
Summer air brushed feet with dreams.
Might have to turn this up even more. Can you hear me over here now? Yeah, you can. And then I can be better here too. All right. Okay. Ugh. What's going on, everybody? Aw, man. Wait. What's happening?
Disappeared in a camera flash.
Why is it not working?
Bad girls never last. Lost in gin and lemonade. Electro spins in the mermaid parade.
Okay. Okay. I was concerned for a second there. I thought it wasn't going to be able to work for me. Monitor the microphone input on Mac. Everything on this Mac is a lot harder than just a regular PC. We'll do an ad right now before we start so that we are better prepared for the whole stream. All right, let's do it. How's it going, everybody? What is this? That's me. Hey, what's going on, chat? What's going on, folks? Welcome to our first cooking stream back here. Oh, man. Look at this. And we actually got this camera ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Hello. Welcome. We're going to be doing some strawberry ice cream today. That's going to be really exciting. I was going to do this at like 4 o'clock or 2 p.m. earlier, but it took a long time to figure out how to set it up. I should have just brought down the PC from upstairs instead of trying to use the MacBook. But here we are. We're here. And yeah. We're going to be doing some ice cream. We're going to take a vanilla ice cream base, make some strawberry ice cream out of it, and, you know, get started. There's a little picture of some vanilla ice cream there. That's exciting. I've made some ice creams already before. Show you one of the ice creams I've already made here. Need a little treat anyways. So we got some dulce de leche ice cream here. Oh man. This is the good stuff right here. Boom. Come on. Look at that ice cream. It's good stuff. So dulce de leche you make with sweetened condensed milk. You go boil that for 4 hours in the can. And then I poured that in here. Made some dulce de leche ice cream. Probably too much dulce de leche. It's super sweet, but damn is it delicious. Yeah. So you guys are going to have to tell me how the setup is because I have to... You know, first time in this room. I have to fix that for sure. Every time. Yeah. So I was going to do marshmallows because I thought it needed egg whites in there. But with marshmallows, I actually need a lot of glucose syrup. And corn syrup isn't really glucose syrup because one's a corn derivative and one's a derivative of just sugar. So... What does that mean? That means we're making some ice cream. We're going to make some strawberry ice cream. Super easy. Super easy to make some ice cream. The other thing, obviously, that might be a little bit more important to have is an ice cream bowl to actually mix it in. So something you need when making ice cream is your mixing bowl for the ice cream. So I have a KitchenAid stand mixer here. And what you do is you put this bowl on to mix it in. You put this bowl on. This sits in the freezer for 24 hours to freeze because the whole thing whole thing's a brick. So we'll keep that in the freezer for now. We're gonna keep that in the freezer while we get our ice cream ready. But yeah, let's start going. I think this will be a good time. All right. Was I still running an ad? I don't think so anymore, right? I feel bad. I probably was. All right. Cool. All right, so we have an hour where pre-rolls are off. That's going to be very good. Yeah, this is the setup, man. This is pretty cool. It took a while to get here, but I think this is going to make it a lot easier for the next few streams. All of our lighting, our camera work, our lighting. We're in a good spot to take care of some of those things. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's get started then, yeah? So, strawberry ice cream. We're going to take a vanilla ice cream base. Like so. Here's the ingredients for everybody. There we go. Okay, so here's the ingredients that we're going to be using for our ice cream base. And what we're going to do is we're going to take part of the sugar and remove it for the strawberry sauce. Now, I'm wondering, should we make a strawberry kind of sauce that we'll mix in with there? Should we just add whole strawberries? I'm thinking it's going to be a better idea to make a strawberry sauce and really make that pure orange ice cream you see. Not something that's just got chunks of strawberries in it, but something that's really strawberry through and through. Let's see. Give me one sec. I want to add my face in there, guys. Bam. So we can do this. Wait. That's me. Shrink that guy. Woo. Even smaller, maybe. Yeah, so this recipe right here, this is really good for a vanilla ice cream base. There's another recipe in here that I have. Here's a chocolate ice cream one. You can replace a lot of these. Oh, mint chocolate chip right there. Replace bittersweet chocolate. Reduce sugar. Okay. Coffee ice cream. Really, this is a good base as well. I mean, honestly, that's probably what we should use instead of strawberry puree. Heavy cream. There's no milk in this one. It's just pure heavy cream based because the raspberry puree is wet enough that it's going to replace the milk content in there with raspberry puree content. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one actually. So heavy cream, sugar, glucose syrup, which I don't have glucose syrup as well, but this is a smaller amount, so corn syrup will work here. Glucose syrup, they do have that in a lot of other places that you can get. Like Walmart has a good container. The same one that's at Walmart though, I just checked, is $15 on Amazon. It's $20 at Walmart. So, and that's for 32 ounces. Buy stuff on Amazon. We'll get some affiliate links in there soon. Not right now, because I spent 6 hours trying to set up. I'm done with that. I just want to kind of bake something for you guys and get this practice going. So we're going to use this recipe here. Heavy cream, sugar, glucose syrup, salt. Salt, why do we have salt in an ice cream recipe? Because salt adds flavor to everything. You know, salt brings out the flavor in food. It just doesn't make things salty. You add salt to everything because it's a flavor enhancer. So that's what the salt's for. Egg yolks is really your base of the recipe, and then the raspberry puree is what we're going to have as strawberry puree. So all that's to say that we're going to be doing a cool recipe. I've got my burner here, so I'm going to be doing stuff on a burner right here so that everybody can kind of see what's going on. What do you think, POTUS? You think the setup looks good? What do you think we're doing? Live on YouTube too, no music hopefully on there so that we don't get doxxed or copyright striked. Just want to clean my burner up a little bit. Haven't used it in a while, so it's got a little bit of dust and stuff. We don't want that to explode. But yeah. So how do we make ice cream? How would you make ice cream? I know that's what I'm here for, is to tell you how to make ice cream, but what's the thought process behind it? Well, ice cream itself is really a combination of egg yolks, the heavy cream, mixing them together, cooking it, and then whipping up that sauce with air. There's something called overrun. Overrun is how much air you add into a product to increase the volume of it. And they say a good consistency for ice cream is to have a 20% overrun. So 20% overrun would mean that you're adding 20% 20% air into your 20% volume increase into your product. So what that means is we're going to have this burner here. We're going to take this burner, we're going to put on our heavy cream and sugar mixture. We're going to have another bowl here with egg yolks. And we're going to have our mixture we boil and pour and whip into our egg yolks without curdling it. Then we're going to take that and put it back onto the stove and cook it up until it gives a nice, there's like a little trick where you make a line on it, and that shows how much, if it's thick enough. And then you take that mixture and you cool it down. And then after you cool it down, you're going to whip it up in the machine. The machine back over here. So, without further ado, I think it's time to start gathering some ingredients. I think this is a great song to start doing that to as well. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. And I'm going to start gathering ingredients, folks. All right. So. Watch out, cat. Come on. Okay. So we've got the ingredients gathered here. We're going to zoom this up a little bit. Go back to our main screen. And here we go. So, we've got our heavy cream, our sugar, salt, corn syrup, extra bowls, eggs that we're going to split from yolks to whites. Save your whites because you can use them for a lot of things, okay? Waste not, want not. If you have a kitchen, you have things that you're going to not use, you can always find a purpose for it another time. So we're going to take all that stuff. I'm going to move this book right now. For those that want to know, we're using the baking and pastrying book from my old college, the Culinary Institute of America here. All right, I've learned a lot from them. They give you stuff so that you have a base to work with, and you can move on from there. All right, so what we're going to start with here is we're actually going to start making our strawberry sauce. So we're going to take some strawberries here. Add those in. Wow, that's a lot. Even though they're frozen, still got a nice aroma to them. So we're gonna take some of those. Add some water. We're gonna start boiling that off. We're gonna add some sugar too, because what the sugar does is it's gonna really make it into that syrup consistency. You know, I should have weighed this out. I think I'm just gonna cook the rest of all of this, and then take the 16 ounces I need at the time. Bowl for our egg whites. You know, you can just kind of go with it for your strawberry sauce. Trying to move around strawberries that are frozen. That's a great idea. Alright, so while that's going, what we're going to do now is I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to start working on the ingredients for my my actual raspberry sauce. Or strawberry sauce. Excuse me. Okay. So. Let's use a bigger bowl just in case. We'll put it into there afterwards. So when you're splitting egg yolks, right? So when you're going to be splitting eggs into whites and yolks, there's a couple of techniques. You know, you'll see techniques around everywhere, kind of. What happened to my music? Interesting. That was weird. Okay. Okay, so when you are splitting up your whites and yolks, there's a couple techniques you can have. I want to show you something that I do. I think this is the best way to do it. So you have your egg, right? Hey, look, it's an egg. And what normally happens is people will crack it, and then you've seen maybe like they do it with the shell. That works. You've seen something with like a squeeze bottle where you just put a bottle in there and suck it out. If you break your egg, you ruin it. With egg whites and egg yolks, you want to make sure that there is not a lard. You want no fat, which is your yolks, to ever go into your whites, because then it will ruin it. If you ever have fat in your egg yolks, then if you ever have egg yolks in your egg whites, then the egg whites can never actually leaven and they will never rise. So so it'll never actually rise. But if you were to take your egg yolk, crack it, and push it through your fingers, then, well, now we're playing with something else. But hold on, I forgot to get a scale. Okay, I forgot to get a scale, so now I have my scale. We're going to tear that out. Tear means zeroing it out. That on our bowl. Zero it again. And let's double check our recipe. I think I'm going to do a half recipe here, not the full 16-ounce base. So I need 142 grams. I like to measure in grams for what I need. So 142 grams. Usually large eggs are about 50 grams, 30 of that being the whites, 20 of that being the yolks. So 100 and, what did I say, 124? 142, which would be about like 7 egg yolks if they were all 20 ounces. But this one over here was only 18 grams, so they might be a little bit less than 50 because, you know, they say they're AA eggs, but the whole egg scenario that's happened and the lack of inspections on them, you never know. So it's probably going to be about 8 yolks, but 142 grams is what you need. You could say exactly like how many yolks you need. That's why you always measure and weigh. Weighing is way more valuable. Weight is more valuable than volume. Everybody's 1 cup of flour will always be different. But a pound of flour will always be the same as a pound of flour. And so I really like doing this with my hands because I can also grab the albumin here, which is the little white coiling, and kind of almost tear it off. Not tear, but just slowly get it off. Get a lot of the whites out. And it really gives you just perfect whites that you don't want to mess with, that won't be messed with too much. Put it in my hands, slightly open up my fingers, shake it around a little bit, and just get a beautiful egg yolk. Alright, so we're at 91 grams right now. Now normally I would actually take out all my eggs that I need in this container, but I'm going to put these eggs in this container into my other container in the fridge, so this is okay. Alright, so I'm at 125 grams now, which is 367. That's what I said. Usually it's 140, but it's just a little bit off because they're smaller than they should be. And like I said, that means an extra egg yolk will cover it. 125 to 144. What do we need? 142? Oh my goodness. You always want to make sure you clean your hands and wash them. Always wash your hands, folks. Gloves are just a lie. Alright, I've got a clean hot soapy rag here to clean up any of my extra egg yolk mix. Oh, look at this, beautiful. No fat, no egg yolk broken there. All of my egg yolks here, look at them, they're perfect. Not a single one broken. Very few techniques do that. The water bottle thing was really cool. I don't know. It's not how normal people would do it, I would say. A clean station is a happy station, chef. You know, if you're done with an ingredient, if you're done with something, clean it up. Do I need these whites? I don't need these whites anymore, so let's put them away. Like I said, I probably could have used just this container, but it was small. How's our strawberry mixture? It's boiling away. I think I added a lot of water, but I didn't want to drain it off because the water, once I poured it onto the strawberries, had strawberry flavor in it. And I wasn't willing to lose that strawberry flavor just to have a faster process. So I'm going to continue to let that boil. Sure, we'll probably puree it down and let it cook more. I could probably do that now. Got a blender tool. So I'm just pureeing this so that the sauce is, it's not like chunks of strawberries, but might not work because there's still a lot of water in here. I'm noticing that now. That's okay. The more it purees, the more it disintegrates, the better the blend will be. Oh yeah, we just talked about a little salt, right, for flavor. Just a pinch. Here's what I was told, right? This, 1, 2, 3. This is a chef's pinch of salt. This is a baker's pinch. 2 fingers versus 3 fingers, because the salt really, you don't want to taste the salt. You just want it to be added for flavor. All right, we're going to let that keep going. Okay, so now what's next? Well, we got our bowl of egg yolks. We need to have our sugar, which we need 100 grams of sugar. But we need this 100 grams split into 2 places. One in the yolks here to make your little what's it called when you have the egg yolks and the sugar together? Just like a paste almost. You just want it pasted up. The sugar helps kind of protect the yolks from curdling. And then half that sugar is gone into the heavy cream bowl because that heavy cream mixture is you got to boil that and then add that into the yolks. So we'll add our heavy cream. De-ricist. Which we need 8 ounces. 7, 8. Alright, 8 ounces there. What do we do with it if we don't need it? We put it away. We're going to add the salt into here as well. Salt. Oh, I almost did a chef's pinch. Oh no, this one actually has to be by weight. There you go. There we go, salted for that. We're going to add half an ounce of corn syrup, which I believe is 14 grams. 28.35 grams is 1 ounce. How do I know that? Been around the block. Let's keep our syrups clean. Sticky outsides really mess with everything. So we don't need that anymore. We don't need this. I'm going to tear this, and we're about to be done with the sugar, and that's all of our ingredients, folks. Really is that easy to make. So 50 grams into here. I like to swirl it around so that it kind of coats the top and the bottom, because that will help it not burn. There we go. Same thing here, 50 grams. We'll mix that up in a minute. And now that I'm done with this, that's it for that. Yeah, interesting. Screen feels like it's dark. Alright, let's put these away. Alright. Oof, this is boiling away. We've got strawberry syrup everywhere. Alright. I'm gonna put these over here. We're done with this as well. So I don't have a camera on this stove, that's why I've got the burner here. But I'm wondering if I should just put the other mixture on the stove. See how this is doing. I might put this on the stove, honestly, so we can see everything here. Get off! I'm gonna boil this over here now. All right. This is going to be tough on here. Okay. We're going to do it. Excellent. So when that boils, we're going to pour that into our bowl of yolks and sugar. Break all those yolks, those beautiful yolks I did all that work for. Mix this together. So like I said, the sugar here protects and coats. The sugar protects the egg yolks from curdling when you pour the hot cream mixture on top. Ah, it's called a liaison. All right, liaison. A liaison. What's a liaison, chef? Let's find out. Let's get the actual definition here. EFGHIJKL. Not in here. Let's go to the indexing. Really? Huh. I'm gonna have to look it up on the line, on the internet. Liaison. That's just what it's called. I know this place. I know this chef. That was the other thing. Damn it! POTUS, that was the thing I forgot. I haven't been able to do on this computer. I forgot to is the streamer bot. Streamer bot. Oh! Alright. So, we have our mixture boiling up. We're just gonna go over here. Croissant. So we had our mixture boiling. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that. We're going to pour that. What you can do is you can put this kind of around the bowl so it doesn't move. We're gonna pour it. You pour a third of the mixture into here. Little drops in the very beginning because it's super hot. Add a little bit of drops at a time so you don't curdle your eggs. And don't worry if you kind of do. I mean, you should worry. You shouldn't worry, but it will have a difference of texture if you don't, if you do curdle your eggs. So you want to do a little bit at a time. Just literally adding drops in. This is the same thing you do if you're making a vinaigrette. This is the same thing you would do when you're tempering, like we're doing right now. That's what this is called. It's tempering. And we're adding a little bit of drops, a little bit of drops. Now it always says like do just a third of the mixture. You don't want to cook those eggs. That's right, POTUS. Always want to do, it says do a third of the mixture, but I think I do the whole thing. I think it's better that way because like why would I pour this third of a mixture back into the hot cream when I could just kind of mix it all together. It's all gonna have to be mixed together anyways. So now after a third of it's dripped in, I've added a lot more. Mix that in, cool it down, cool it down, cool it down. Now we're gonna add it all back. We're adding it all into here. We're gonna tap that, put this here. Bring our mixer or our pot back. What we're going to do is we're going to pour all this back into here. Ooh. We're going to get everything out of our bowl. We don't want to waste anything. Alright, what I like to do is I like to use a big wooden spoon for this part, okay? We're going to take all of our stuff here, organize a little bit. Alright, sorry, I just wanted to make sure the strawberry sauce over there was blended a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to turn this back on. We're going to do a lower flame, and I'm going to show you something. It's really cool, I think. So we'll do that, zoom back out a little bit. Don't need this anymore. Actually, we'll in a little bit. Okay, so let's turn this off real quick. So you see out here, we have our mixture. We take this spoon. I'm gonna have to do this a little bit closer up here. Zoom in more. See the spoon? If you do something where you push your finger below and you look at this line, when that line starts to be solid, there's no like drip down the side. So you hold it like that, you do the line, and then you could see that what happened is it dripped down, it made that line disappear. You cook this to it's specifically to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, but you can do this line test where you look at that line and you could tell, okay, this is good. This doesn't need to cook anymore. Also, when you get it right to that 180 point, your eggs will start to curdle if you go past that. So it's really, really about managing and loving and maintaining this as you do it. You have to be very on it to make sure it doesn't cook. So you don't want to leave. I'm not going to leave the stove now that I'm here. What do you think, POTUS? What do you think about the setup, man? Do you think we did good? Looking like a young Alton Brown. That's right, baby. Yeah, look at that. We'll move that over a little more. We've got the cams, bro. You see we got the mixer screen, which is just my ass right now. Woohoo! Until I move it to the mixer. We got the reverse screen. We got the regular. Hey, face cam there. Now starting soon. Had to make our own, man. A male version of Paula Deen. Oh, is that how we're gonna be, huh? Oh, a male version of Paula Deen. Okay. Wow, that cooked a lot faster than normal. So I think I already reached my 180 point. Because it's thick. It got thick very fast. That's okay. So, now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this off. Move this back. And we're going to get a bowl here. That one won't cool down fast enough. We'll take this bowl. Are your countertops heat resistant? Close enough. Not that heat resistant, but enough. Alright, so this is unfortunately a little thick, but we'll show you it still works. It will still work for what's needed. You can use a whisk like this. See that? Still getting it out instead of having to mix. Still having to mix by hand in this. I can just do that. Well, damn. That's annoying. I got too distracted. No big deal. So we'll use a whisk like this to go right through. This is gonna get, if you have any curdles in there, what it's gonna do is it's going to kind of break down those curds into smaller pieces so that it's at least still usable. And that's what we want to go for. We want to go for usable. As usual, pull-out game not strong enough. Well, you know, we all can't be winners in that category. Make sure you get your bottom here. And we're going to scrape off this because it's all good stuff. All right. So we're going to cool. Now we're going to start cooling everything down. We've got our strawberries here too. We'll puree that up. I'm just pureeing this up. So it'll be exactly what we need. Looking like some good strawberry sauce there. We're gonna unattach that. Detach that. Unattach. I don't even know words today, man. Gonna have that there. Let's put one sauce here. Clean station's a happy station, chef. Oh man. Oh man. There we go. Hey. Alright. Alright, so we got this puree. What do we need to do next? We need to cool everything down. I like to use a lot of ice. All right. Alright, so I have an ice bath here. Not even touching the bottom yet. Alright, so now we're going to cool this down. So everything's got to cool down to 40 degrees Celsius. So that means it was at 108 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you just saw we had 180 degrees. And now I got to go from 180 to 40. And I need to add some strawberry mix in. I'm going to wait for this to cool down more before I add that in. Don't want it to potentially curdle again like previously. So I'm going to do that. Should get a second bath. I think I'm going to just hold that here for a second. Alright, now I got a double bath going. I'm giving it that Joe Rogan bath. That's right. Look at that steam coming off. The dissipation of heat through moist air. Patience, young one. Much patience must be needed. It's easy to make this. It's the part of cooling it down, infusing the flavors, having a low and slow flame. All of that is what combines to make ice cream unique. And really that chilled ice bowl from the KitchenAid mixers. Gotta get those affiliate links up for everybody. Alright, we'll put that down here. Too much water in that bowl. At least for this bath specifically. There we go. So stirring it around makes the outside that got cold combine into the center. The center then gets pushed to the outside, which then cools it down to make this cycle. When I was working in one of Thomas Keller's kitchens, everything that they had on the line, they would break down the line after dinner service, and within less than 30 minutes they would have everything that was extremely hot at 212 degrees, 180 degrees, all cooled down to within 40, because they would put them in bain maries, which is this, and make an ice bath with a bunch of them and stir them constantly as fast as they could, because the faster you can get that down to a safe temperature out of the danger zone, and the faster you can go home. And we can check this with our thermometer here, which is, it says it's at 100 degrees. This one says it's at already 48 degrees. There's not that much there, so that makes a lot of sense, complete sense. You know, it was a lot of prep to get this area good. So if you like this, leave a like and subscribe. Comment on the channel. Let's get this going. What do you guys want to see next time? Got a lot of meringue cookies there. I could just keep going, honestly. I could keep baking longer and longer after this. Do a little cleanup, do another session. have three recipes, maybe 4, 7. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta add our puree, strawberry puree into here. We're looking for 8 ounces of this puree going in. All right. Okay. Yeah, you like that thermal gun, baby? I told you. I never owned a gun. But I lied. Ah! Ah! All right. How we doing? Come on, folks. We're making frickin' strawberry ice cream here. This is gonna be delicious. Clean station's a happy station, chef. One team, one dream. You got time to lean, you got time to clean. Look at that. Nothing on my station except what's needed. That is how you keep a station clean. And I'm not even throwing mess around anywhere else. I've got things cleaned up like the way I want it, how it should be. Sexy thick strawberry here. Now it's not as pink as it would be because it's real strawberry. It's fresh, you know. I pureed it probably because it cooks a lot, but it's gonna get lighter as it cooks in the mixer. Because it probably was a little thicker, my base was thicker than it should be. This didn't have as much of a light color, but it's still pink. You see it. Also, the ice cream that you probably get is not straight up strawberry puree in there. They definitely make like a vanilla base and then they add strawberry to it to lighten it up, strawberry chunks. Because the less strawberry you can add, the cheaper that ice cream probably is. So this right here, this is potent and powerful. Because profit. You know what? I don't even need that over here. I'm going to go and do this. Huh. Now, you know what? I am going to keep that over here. It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud, so I want to make sure we are, we're good. Let me just continue to put stuff away, folks. Like I said, a clean station's a happy station. We want to keep ourselves clean and tidy. We always used to say, you know, leave the station cleaner than you found it. Something you should instill in your kids, in your dog, in your friends, in yourself. Let's go to you action, gentlemen and ladies. Take notes. Yeah, you think I got my wife with my wits and skills and good dashing good looks? I did, but cooking helped. Being able to cook and bake helped out. Look at that. Look at that. That's how we stay clean. Alright. Let's see what we need to do. Where are we gonna go? Mixer screen here. Let's fix this up. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's get my face back in here. My beautiful, beautiful face. Hey, that's my face right there. I'll put me here. Okay. So this is where things are going to get interesting. Because what's going to happen is I have my mixing bowl that I put my mix into, and then I have to let that churn for 15 to 20 minutes. So what should we do for those 20 minutes? Should we check on Raham's stream, see how it's going with him? Fukui-san? Yes? Yes, Otropotus? We'll have to do something, so maybe we'll just check on Raham's stream. We'll scan around. Maybe we'll watch the history of some ice cream history. See what how Ben and Jerry started or something like that. But I might have to keep the mic off because I'm not sure how loud it's gonna be while it's mixing. So, without further ado, with that said, I'm going to take this out, and we're going to start mixing this up. Some knife cuts. You couldn't even hear any. You can't hear me, though. So this mixer's going to be on. And why did I just do that? I don't want all this water everywhere. Water in some things is the enemy of baking. Might as well content farm. Got the kitchen setup going. I know I should do, like, maybe I'll melt some chocolate real quick and do some decorating on that stuff because what can I do? I don't even have any carrots. But you didn't tell me, bro. How does it sound? How does it look? You know, do I need to be louder? Does this need to be turned up? Music turned down? Where are we at? So ice chilled bowl. It's been chilled for, I don't know, like a week. This mixture has to be by 40 degrees Celsius, which I'm pretty sure it is. Come on, YouTube Premium. I can't afford you. Little taste test, yeah? Ah. Oh, yeah. A little chef snack. All right. And now we're going in the mixer, baby. All right, let me show you how you put this on. Put it like this. Put it right there. Put it right here. Oh. Gotta get the nipple on. Uh-oh. And just like that, we're in business. We're mixing. All around top notch. Perfect. I love it. I love to hear that. It better be after the 6 hours. You know, if I didn't have to wake up at if I didn't wake up at 3 o'clock after staying up till 6:30 last night, I probably would have been a lot earlier doing this. But yeah, I did not get up until like almost 3 o'clock. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? Let's duplicate this then. I think I'm gonna put something on while I do the dishes real quick. So I'm just looking how to what do I need to do? Let's add a browser. There we go. Yeah, bro, that's the timer. I was trying to put a timer on, but the my scripts are all messed up for some reason. I think I have to re-download something on the Mac because I had to reset up. I tried to copy and export my my scenes and profile from OBS on my main computer, and it just like messed everything up. So I had to completely do a new thing from scratch on the MacBook. So all the scripts, all the scenes, everything I had to just redo and do them all new. So let's see. We're gonna put in this. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Let's see how I do this. Trying to figure this out. God damn, you're so loud, Raham. Ah. Okay. I couldn't do it. That was too loud. Yeah, but I had to turn it down. It's so loud for me though. Is it too quiet though? I could turn it up more. Okay. Trying to see how I can control shift. Why? I don't think control works on Mac though. Command shift. Oh shit, I can do. Just do that. But I don't like this window. I think I need to do something else. There we go. All right. All right. Tell Raham we're watching him on the ice cream. Chill. All right. There we go. We're gonna have Raham up while we do some dishes, folks. I was gonna do a 3-minute ad here.
No, not examinator, exterminator. I said examinator. Oops. God, I always do that. I keep reading chat too quickly. Jesus, intergalactic examinator. No, intergalactic exterminator. I'm sorry, Aja. I just butchered your whole beautiful speech, brother. No, it says Dixon's intergalactic exterminator. No bug too big, no ship too dark, baby. God dang it. I'm sorry, Aja. He knew what I meant, though. Aja knows. He knows. Bros has a true kitchen studio going now. Oh, my gosh. Beautiful. We'll be over there soon. Don't you worry. We're trying to figure out what gun we want to upgrade next. The force gun has been pulling its weight. The flamethrower's been getting the job done. All these guns are just so good now. I haven't upgraded the pulse rifle yet, and it's this good. I gotta start upgrading this gun, or maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need to. I promised Ty Guy we would upgrade the Ripper. We're gonna get a little bit more damage on the Ripper. That's crazy. My man Audra always coming with the just beautiful speeches. You know, gassing us up, man. That's all we ask from chat. You know, the love, man. I appreciate the love, y'all. Y'all have no idea. What the fuck was all that noise?
Internal hull breaches detected.
I'm tired of this internal hull breach because it keeps making me think something massive is about to come around the corner. God bless it. Yep, let's save. We haven't saved in a while, chat. We just went through it. We just died like 3 or 4 times getting through that bad. That was a tough one. That was not an easy one. All right, so where we head to now? Over there, huh? What do we have over here? Okay, so I've been to all these places. All these places are familiar to me. Nothing new. Intergalactic Exterminator, man, that has a good ring to it, man. Anything intergalactic, you know, I love being attached to that. You know, Audra gets it. Audra understands. He understands me. He gets me, you know. Let's see if we can buy some stuff. See if we have any credits to sell, anything to purchase, anything worthwhile at least. Oh yeah, we definitely have this to sell. Jesus. Oh my God, this was huge. This was huge. Finding this mask. Oh my gosh, chat, we are in the money, baby. We are in the fucking money. What are these? Contact ammunition for the contact beam. Oh, I never use the damn contact beam. I forget I have that thing sometimes. Do I still have that?
What do you think of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? What do I think about it? What should I do? They're hiding the technology from us.
You know what? I should just sell it.
It's the ultimate technology.
Because I've been getting by
Those
without
space lasers, bro.
I'm gonna sell all.
There we go. Just gonna let that play like that. Orange splash. Oh, you can hear me now. I had it muted. Can you hear Raham, the video? Before. Let me fix this again then. Control audio via OBS.
Holy guacamole. He might throw it at us wherever we're going there. Oh God.
See, I can't.
What the
Now
fuck?
I
Let's
know
get the
it's
hell out of here.
playing for him, but I can't hear.
Oh, we gotta go this way, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
is there a safe station over here? Where's an elevator? Oh shit. Deck evacuation protocols.
You can hear
What?
it. But I can't. And that's what's important. But if I do this.
Yeah, we gotta jump on. We're gonna.
I can do that. I'll just do it this way. What does that mean though? What's my EDC for sandwiches? Eat death, kill? I don't know. My electric dance cardio. Everyday carry. Everyday carry. Damn. Bro, what's my everyday sandwich? I don't have one that I go to really right now. I use them. Love doing the pickle, mustard, mayo, lettuce, tomato, ham, cheese. The classic white American sandwich. You know, but making my own, as you normally do, of course. Like when you yell at the wife for a sandwich, what's she reaching for? She's reaching for my hand to slap me in my face with my own hand because of the things I say. I don't have any sandwich stuff in the fridge, bro. We got peanut butter and jelly stuff for the kids, though. But, yeah, that's what I would normally make. That ice cream's almost done. We need to put something, put that in something. We got our container here, ready to go. You want to see something though, bro? This came from my my garden, bro. Look at this zucchini, yeah? Look at that. Look how big that is. You see that? Jealous, right? Jealous. No, it's true. You want to know something else? This also came from my garden, bro. Look at this thing. Bro. Look at these. Look at my hands. These are hands. These are big hands. Look at these. These are big hands. These are big hands. Look at this goddamn thing. It's huge. My face. Look at my face. Face cam. Face cam. Look at my face. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, that's why it's quieter than it should be. Oh yeah. We got cucumbers growing out there, sunflowers, doing black beans still, jalapenos, poblanos. There's a lot of Swiss chard, kale, lettuces we've gotten. That ice cream's almost done. So, alright, we're gonna check on this ice cream in a second. Gotta put a couple more dishes away here. Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. Get this stand up. Oh, I never do. I bless the rain down in Africa. forgot I'm not on the right camera. Every bush is waiting there for you. More than I can ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. What? What? I bless the rains down in Africa. I bless the rains down in Africa. Africa. Things we never Oh, that looking thick. Yeah, it is. It's probably ready. Alright, let's get these dishes done so we can go check on that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. That fell right through. Oh, beautiful song. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Fukusan. Yes. It's looking about ready. That's right. Excellent, and it's perfect timing there. Let's go, folks. Alright, we're gonna turn that down a little bit. I think we're there, yeah? Here we go. Ah, there is our ice cream. What we're going to do is we're going to take that off. And we're going to take that off so that we can get some pictures of that, right? This will become a YouTube still soon enough. So interesting. It's got like a kind of like just a beautiful color. I should add some pink food coloring into it because it's just like people expect it to look extremely like pink. Bonita. Look at that ice cream though, right? Wow. Look at that ice cream. Yeah. Oh, my headphone. One of them died. All right. So we'll take that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the gelato press. All right, so you're going to get that in there. Nice. And what they do at gelato shops, right? They take it and they make these shell press for the design. Look at that. Just make these nice little presses in there. And here's our ice cream. Just like how Mama used to make it. And of course, we're going to try some, right, chat? Right, chat? There we go. Here we go, chat. Right up on me. So, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. Because I cooked it a little too much, I could taste that extra curdled flavor, burnt flavor, because I burnt part of it, and that's why you see some of these specks in here. Some of it is strawberry, some of it is a little of the crispiness that shouldn't be there, but kind of gives it like a roasted strawberry flavor. I don't know, it's pretty nice. How should we do? Let's get still goddamn good ice cream. Should we get some like YouTube thumbnails, right? Oh yeah, like a good one, right? You like that, right? Like, goddamn. Homemade ice cream is so good. Homemade ice cream is just like, just honestly, just peak ice cream. It can be soft serve. It can be chilled really well. It was amazing. Man, I gotta go back for one more bite. And that's how you make it, though. We've done it, folks. We've made ice cream. Perfect song to end it on. That was it. That was our strawberry ice cream stream. We were going to make marshmallows, like I said, but I have to wait for the glucose syrup to come in, so I've got that coming in tomorrow. Maybe we can make another stream tomorrow. I don't want to burn out, but nobody's here, so I can keep all this stuff up. This is awesome. We only 2 hours on. Not even. Should we continue to do more things? Yeah. What else could we do? Hey, thank you for the follow, Godpaco. I gotta get my streamer bot all set up. But thank you for being here, you know? If you want to see the ice cream, I just put it away. But we can pull it back out. Down under. Gotta make something else too. Dun, dun, dun. So some cool tools in the kitchen. What other tools do we have? What tools do we have that we can show off? Oh man. It's all out in the garage, man. I can show my zucchini again. Haha. Look at this fucking thing. This thing is huge. Look, this is what you would expect a regular zucchini, right? And then this is what else came from our garden. This is insane. I don't even know, like, this is like 4 meals of zucchini. It's crazy. You know, I think maybe we'll do some tempering chocolate, you know? I've still got time. Let's pull out the marble slab. Here we go, folks. Let's get this marble slab going and being used again. That's what it'll be beautiful. Look at this thing. Whoop. This is huge. Some would say, 24 by 16. Beautiful. Should we do some chocolate tempering? Mess around with a little chocolate, do some chocolate designs. Things like that. Would that be cool? Oh, let's turn all this back on, right? Bam. Bam. We're not doing ice cream anymore, right? Let's do, maybe we'll get a new picture. Let's do, Chocolate designs. When I take cover. Yeah, let's do some of these guys. Chocolate. Put that in pictures. Yeah. Whoa. Let's rotate that baby. I need to rotate that another 180. Hey, there we go. Let's do some chocolate, yeah? Okay. We're gonna need some water. We're gonna need some water. Not a lot. Just a little bit so we could start melting our chocolate. I don't even know if I'll temper it. I think I'll just do some designs for fun. There we go. Let's change this now. We'll add the chocolate designs. Done. All right. Last forever, everybody. So, we've got some chocolate here. Let's turn that off before I move it. Let's do it that way. I'll put that guy up there. Alright, I'll put it back here. Why not? That'll be fun. Alright, water is the enemy of chocolates. Let's see how this chocolate looks though. It's been a while since I've opened this bag. Cocoa Berry is the best chocolate around. Amazing chocolate company. I was gonna work on it, man. Cocoa Berry. This one's an extra bitter chocolate, 64%. So usually anything that's above 33%. Yeah. Anything above usually 36% is not milk chocolate or white chocolate. Those usually only go up to 36% cocoa powder or cocoa butter. So percentages, wrong side. Percentages of chocolate is determined by how much cocoa butter is in there. So this is 64% cocoa butter, meaning the other 36% is cocoa nibs. It's a God, this thing gets so hot so fast. There. Cocoa nibs, sugar, milk powder. Those things are what make it the actual chocolate flavor. These things come in little discs for easy melting. If you see this, this is called Fat Bloom. So this chocolate I've had for quite a while. What that means is the fat has just separated from the center of it. But once you start melting it, it comes back to normal. And you can temper chocolate to get it to that hard structure. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think I'm just going to pull a piece of parchment out. Now, you know what? Let's temper. Let's do it, all right? Turn me on. So water is the enemy of chocolate, so you always want to keep things dry no matter where you're working with it, because what water does, even a single drop of water in here, will seize this chocolate up, and it will become unusable anywhere. So look at that. Now it's just like, once it melts, it just goes right back to that shiny consistency. And honestly, you know what I could do? I'm gonna take this off. I'm not gonna temper on the marble like you think you would. The reason for that is I don't want to get really messy tonight. I'd rather just make it rather just do some decoration practice and chocolates like that. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just going to melt this chocolate here as we are, and then we're going to gotta clean up a little mess here. We're just gonna temper this chocolate here. Tempering is just melting the chocolate to a certain temperature level. There's kind of like a temperature scale. And ain't nobody's business. Ah, too low. There we go. You temper chocolate so that if you have chocolate and it's going to be, if you're doing chocolate, and this picture even got small here too. Hilarious. Now I gotta change that, huh? Let's do what, brown now? Where's brown at in colors? Is there even a brown with like a yellow? Okay, that works. Sorry. So chocolate, when you temper chocolate, you want to bring it up to a higher temperature so that the chocolate melts, and then you want to cool it down by using some of those chocolate discs to get it to a certain temperature, and that temperature is different between dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. And the reason you bring it to that temperature is there's something called crystallization that happens, and that crystallization is what allows you to have it set. If your chocolate is hot and you've melted it all, and if you've ever seen chocolate and you think it's gonna like set where it's like, it looks like the chocolate you buy in a store where it's in a package, and then you touch it and it just gets chocolate all over you and everything, you haven't tempered your chocolate necessarily. And that is, you bring it down to a certain temperature to allow crystallization to happen, and it's this whole catalyst effect that changes the chocolate to being able to be effective in that capacity to set itself. And so there's like 6 stages of or 6 levels of crystallization. I think we need like crystallization like 4 or something. I'd have to double check it again. But what happens is we'll take this chocolate here and we'll melt it down. And we want it to go down to 30 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to flip this over so it's in the Celsius range, because it's between 30 and 32 you want it that the crystallization starts to happen. Right now we're at 38 degrees Celsius. So that means we have to add in more chocolate discs to cool down the temperature. And in doing so, it brings it to our setting level of crystallization. Now, the fun and interesting part about this is if you do too many of these and you bring it down below 30 degrees Celsius, then you'll have chunks in your chocolate. So there's like a fine line of how much can you stir, how much can you add in to melt it to the perfect degree. And if you're like 1 degree above, you can't, it won't, if you're 1 degree above, you won't get into that crystallization phase, and so you'll get that whole like stickiness. And so like that's why there's 3 different methods that could happen here. One is doing it on a marble slab, where you pour it onto the you pour this mixture onto the marble slab and you mix it left and right there to cool it down rapidly. Or there's the seeding method, which is this, where you add seeds of already tempered chocolate to kind of continue that crystallization. Or the last excuse me, the last one's called blocking. And blocking is when you have a giant block of chocolate that you add in here, and like it just kind of melts off of that piece, and you kind of take it out, and your chocolate's set at that temperature that's needed. So we're going to keep mixing this chocolate. Like so. See what we cooled it down to over here. Already at 32 degrees Celsius. That was fast. Might have added too many seeds into there. That's okay. It should be fine. The song reminds me of Deadpool and Wolverine now. Home. I need to order some parchment paper before it becomes too late. Oh, of course. Waited too long. Whatever. Okay. www. Okay, so I've got it down to the temperature I need to, pretty low. But I've still got these chunks in here, so I need to just slightly heat it up a little more so that these chunks disappear. Now while I wait for that to boil, alright, we're gonna make our cones, which are just little triangles here. Make a triangle. Cut that triangle out. Alright. You're gonna have your triangle here. You're gonna take your triangle and you're gonna have it down. Might be easier if you see it on the table. Nope. You're gonna take it, curve one side up to the tip. So your triangle, I think it needs to be like this. You're gonna have your triangle, and you're gonna take this edge, you're gonna curve it up, twist it up. And look what happens when you do that. Look what happens. When you push it up into the tip here, the more you push it up, the tighter your cone gets. See down here? See, so I'm making it nice and tight. And this one curves all the way around. And you kind of move those two tips together. You kind of finagle the two tips. Ah, come on. This is a hard one to figure out. And then you take it, and then you fold all three in. Look, we've just made a chocolate cone. Now I'm mixing our chocolate. Remember, water's the enemy of chocolate. So we'll make another couple cones. I think we'll just finish up doing some decorations and then call it there. We'll try to find somebody to raid. Let's find another good cooking channel. Somebody new to introduce ourselves to and that we can probably help out or talk to, say hi. POTUS, that's your mission. Find somebody I can raid. Tell me why we should raid them. You've been given a mission. Should you choose to accept it. Alright, that's a good couple cons. So we're at right under 32, so 31.2. Are you ready for this? Out of the doorway, the bullets race. And the time of the beat, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Alright, so our chocolate, I just heated up a little bit more on the stove top because I needed it to get a little warmer so that these chunks will be out of here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of take the specific chunks or move them away and kind of work without them. So that's okay. We're at a tempered chocolate stage. Should be at least. Long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets race. To the time of the beat, yeah. Another one bites the dust. Okay. Filling up our bag. You want to fill up the bag about 1/3 to halfway up. If you try to fill this bag up all the way, you're going to have a bad time. Now this would be easier if I didn't have these chunks in here, but I do. And that's not the end of the world. It's just about how can we work around that and make this work for us. And that's what we're doing. We're making this work for us. Because if I warm this up to get rid of the chunks, then it won't be tempered. It's a catch-22, you know? Too hot, it's not right. Too cold, it's not right. But you find a good balance between them to get it just right. Alright, now I don't have the designs in front of me, I just have that picture there, so we're going to go with it and see if we remember how to do this. See, this is what happens, I almost filled it up more than halfway. It's trying to come out the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold one side in, another side in, like so. We're going to fold, and we get this nice, tight bag of chocolate. And what we do is we'll take this tip, we'll flatten it out so that when I cut this, it gives me a perfect hole. Make sure you get your little piece of trash. And we're gonna pop this hole open. Let's see what it did for us. Hey, if somebody subs, I will write your name in chocolate. We'll write all sub names in chocolate. Let's see. I know we've got Ultra POTUS. See who else do I have? Rahamatron. Chef what? Chef Atomic, that's what. That Atomic looks terrible there. That's alright. Practice art chocolate, no big deal. Where'd that picture go? Let's see. Right. I think this chocolate is not tempered, even though I was at the temp. I think this chocolate was not tempered because I could tell that it would set faster if it was. It would already be set in some places. That's okay. See, that looks interesting. It's like melting together. Ah, that was fun. Da-na-na, ba-da-na-na-na. That's called Corneli lace right there. When you do a non or a consecutive line, an unbreaking consecutive line. What can I do here? See if we can do some perfect circles, yeah? Alright. Consistent technique. Haha, it's not even a straight line. I'm fucking up. Okay. That was terrible. Oh, no way. It is tempered. Let me see. No, it's not tempered. It looks like it. So you can kind of tell because on this spoon, it's not, because like it gets like soft like this. It's just cooling down. Cut this bag wrong. Cut the tip off that bag wrong. Chocolate. Don't do it. 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 I think we're gonna call it there. I think we're gonna say that's everything we wanted to do for tonight. We've done some chocolate decorations. We did strawberry ice cream. And I think we deserved ourselves a little bit of ice cream and maybe some chocolate on top. What do you think, folks? We'll do a little ice cream with chocolate on top for us, and we're gonna go find somebody to raid. Ultrapotus, did you find anybody that we could go raid? I think we'll do this serendipitous. Here's what we're gonna do, folks. We're gonna get a perfect scoop of ice cream here. Needs to still harden up, but here we go. Some ice cream with us. Ice cream with some chocolate sauce. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go raid. We're gonna find somebody to raid here. I think looks like Serendipix Pecan Sesame Granola Snack Prep sounds good. Or Evolution Petty Fours. It's E-Boy time. Cupcake Decks. Miss Molly makes another cat or dog. This one, it sounds interesting. Who should we raid? Who should we raid? Oh, that was too far. Come on, folks. I need somebody to raid here. Snack prep. What are we doing? Reading a book? Taiyaki. Okay. I think. Let's see. Evolution Petty Fours. I think I'm okay. Alright, let's do Miss Molly Makes. Alright, folks. Oh, just me. That's funny. Alright. How do I